CHAMPS is brought to you by Lawrence Technological University, where possible is everything. The Varsity Shop Training Center, Oakland County's premier sports training and instructional facility. The Suburban Collection, make the choice. And Metro PCS, wireless for all. Coming to you from Rochester Hills, Rochester High School, to be exact. The Grapplers are grabbing the spotlight this week. Our Suburban Collection main event is a big OAA Red grudge match on the mat between the 7th-ranked Falcons and the defending Division I state champs Oxford. Welcome, everybody, to State Champs. As always, I am your host, Lauren Plant. As always, we are all over Southeast Michigan this week with highlights in boys and girls basketball, girls hockey, and, of course, here in wrestling. The New Boston Huron Lady Chiefs Hoop Squad are hoping this is a year they can make a run. They've handled some in-house adversity, and they've come out on the other side. Plus, we reveal our first top 10 candidates in our brand new State Champs Suburban Collection High School Hockey Player of the Year competition. Packed show, so let's go. Your Metro PCS High School Highlights.
Things we talked about at the beginning: playing hard, playing together as a group, playing defense, holding people under 50 points. It's a home game, okay? Wyandotte Pride.
We begin with boys basketball in the Downriver League. Wyandotte Roosevelt fired up for the home opener as they took on the Woodhaven Warriors. Roosevelt in white looking to get to 3-3 on the season. Good start to the first half. This is junior Devin Stewart getting it to go, and one. Game high 17 for Devin. Going into the half, Bears up 14 at 30-16.
We're playing great basketball, okay? I'm very happy, but I got to remind you, that's just one half of basketball. Eventually they're going to have to come with some pressure.
Wyandotte looking to stay ahead in the second stanza. Andrew Jerzewski inside to the sophomore Damon Singleton. 360 off the window. He had 14. Woodhaven also looking to get to 500 at 3-3 and making a run. Henry Howley to Nick Farmer, who drains a rock from downtown. Later in the third, it's the senior guard Howley going to the basket. Nice fake and the up and under. Woodhaven only trail by 4 at 40-36 heading into the fourth. Rest of the way, seesaw. Jacob Lavis will measure it up, and the sophomore drills his second triple. Woodhaven retorts with under 2 minutes to go. Down 5, sophomore Oscar Rodriguez fires and fills it from behind the line. Warriors down a bucket. Trailing 50-47 now with 30 ticks left. Woodhaven looking to knot it up, but Stewart coming up with a big swipe. Wyandotte gets the win, 51-50, 3-3 on the young season.
After tonight, the real season starts. December's behind us. All the bad things are behind us, okay? We need everybody to go out there and play hard tonight.
Let's go up the road to Novi and yeehaw! It was Western night at Detroit Catholic Central. The Shamrocks welcomed in the Pilots of Warren De La Salle. Catholic League Central Division season opener. Pilots are currently ranked 7th in Class A, strong to start the game. 12-1 run. 6'6" senior Connor Tavey creating the turnover. In transition, layup. De La Salle forced 23 turnovers in the game and led 19-7 after the first. They expanded that lead in the second. Tavey breaking ankles. Up the gut, dish to senior Matthew Temerowski. Pilots flying up 31-12 at the break. Catholic Central came into the contest with a 4-2 record. In the third, the senior Richard Kakic with an Iceman-like finger roll to the rim. He had 10 on the night. Back comes De La Salle. Brad Law kicks it out to A.J. Turner. The sophomore hits a 3-ball in the side pocket. Turner had 8. Detroit Catholic Central would respond with a little pressure on D. The junior Garrett Moores with the steal. He will find the bucket. He finished with 9. Shamrocks down 42-29 heading into the fourth. Early on, looked like CC was going to come back. Kyle Cooper with the miss, but Jack Dillon skying with the putback. Twice in the final quarter, the Shamrocks came to within 10. But that's as close as they got. Pilots, too strong. Tavey, untouched. The Western Michigan signee dropped a game-high 15, 8 boards, and 6 helpers. Warren De La Salle cruises 57-37 the final. We head down I-275 now to Canton for the season debut of girls hockey. The Division I leading Cranbrook Cranes matching up with the Division II leading Penguins of Plymouth Canton-Salem. Cranbrook in blue, unbeaten on the year thus far, on the attack early in the first. Amanda Shimke creates a 2-on-1 break, puck to Tara Chelios, but denied by Penguin netminder Caitlin Allard. Cranes were on the offensive end most of the period, but Allard standing on her head. The Emily Lynch attempt, no. Kit Toniguez with the rebound, we were scoreless. Early in the second, the 2010 state champs lit the lamp. Puck comes out of the scrum, and it's co-captain Sydney Sakwa, the wrister to find the back of the net. Cranes up 1-0. Later in the period, Sakwa would get another shot. Breakaway, and she's gonna bury her team-leading 6th on the season. Cranes up 2 after 2. PCS also coming in unbeaten, had chances in the final period. Nice stick work by Nicole Nadelborg, but her shot stopped by Colleen Jacoby. The Cranes win 2-0, 5-0-1 on the young campaign.
Time now to take a look at the latest from Lawrence Technological University. When Lawrence Tech began their new athletic push this past spring, their goal was to regain some of the school spirit that existed back when they had a run of successful football and basketball teams. And what better way to do that than to bring back the once proud Blue Devil basketball tradition? Well, with the hiring of Tom Kempf as boys head basketball coach, LTU seems well on their way to re-establishing themselves as a basketball power. Coach Kempf brings a great resume with him to Lawrence Tech. He began his coaching career as an assistant at the University of Michigan and is just coming off a 9-year stint as an assistant at Aquinas College in Grand Rapids. But in between, he spent 20 years coaching both the boys and girls at Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Richard High School, where he won a boys state title in 1991 and another with the girls in 1993. And that is where Kempf was really able to hone his craft.
That was a great opportunity for me to learn the profession of coaching because I was able to utilize the resources of the people I knew at the college level, but then I got to experiment, try out things, and kind of develop my own program as far as how I wanted to play the game and how to coach people and so on. So that I'd never trade that for anything, those 20 years I spent there.
One of the things Coach Kempf is really looking forward to is a chance to get out and recruit his own team. But he knows with the program in its infancy, he needs to get to work right away.
I've got to get the name of Lawrence Tech out there. Like I said, in this Detroit area, Lawrence Tech has a great academic reputation. There isn't a single basketball player before last couple of weeks that knew anything about Lawrence Tech as a basketball player. And so we've got to get that out there to them.
As Coach Kempf looks to restore LTU to an elite basketball program like they were in the 1950s, he'll look to the recruiting knowledge he gained while working at Aquinas. And along the way, he learned exactly what to look for.
And since I've gotten into this level, my goal is to recruit players that are good enough to play Division II basketball. That's my goal. And what you got to do is you got to find those guys that get under the radar. They might be a step slow, they might not be quite as tall or whatever, but a lot of them can play at that level. And I've been around some guys that could even play at the Division I level, that played for us because they were just overlooked.
Good luck to Coach Kempf on the recruiting trail. I'm David Faze from Lawrence Tech for State Champs. Experience everything Lawrence Technological University has to offer at ltu.edu. Lawrence Tech. Possible is everything.
Hi, I'm Marissa Zilli on the original high school sports show. For more State Champs, check out our website at statechamps.tv. Coming up, we announce our top 10 list for the Suburban Collection High School Hockey Player of the Year Award. So stick around.
Here now at the Suburban Collection Cadillac Buick of Troy. This is our dealership of the week, and I'm joined now by two-time high school hockey state champion at Trenton, the sales manager, John Dubzaleski. And John, great time of year. The North American International Auto Show is off and running, but also it's a great time to buy or lease a vehicle.
Fantastic time. Cadillac's coming off an unbelievable, successful 2011 campaign, and they started off January in the auto show time frame to keep it going.
All right, well, what do you got here?
Well, we got a special here this month. We got the Cadillac CTS, $289 a month with $1,600 out of pocket. All-wheel drive, Bluetooth, OnStar, a lot of other features to it. $289 a month, $1,600 out of pocket.
All right, we'll come down here to the Suburban Collection Cadillac Buick of Troy. Take advantage of this offer and a lot of great ones. Make the choice.
Heed this declaration of wireless independence. From the golden beaches of Florida to the superior sausages of New York to all that cool stuff over there in California, you are free to talk, text, and web across this coast-to-coast nationwide network, Metro USA. Reaching over 280 million or 90% of us. Just $40 with no annual contract and always unlimited. Now go. Talk swiftly, You carry a big network.
Welcome back to State Champs. You know, it's hard enough dealing with high expectations, let alone dealing with a coaching change midway through the season. We just learned last week that over at University Liggett, the girls basketball coach resigned due to extreme parental pressure. Well, here in New Boston, the Lady Chiefs are also dealing with a coaching change midstream. However, a season that started off very shaky now seems to be turning around. And it's always helpful to have an ace in the hole. In the sport of basketball, parity is everywhere, especially at the high school level. There are many teams that seemingly out of nowhere can become a major player. New Boston Huron is hoping they're one of them. The Lady Chiefs are not a team that is completely off the radar. After all, this is a team that has won the last 3 Huron League championships. And 2 years ago, for just the second time in school history, they were regional champs. Many of these girls grew up playing together. This season was the one talked about as perhaps being the greatest class. Back in middle school, they were 24-0. Now they are seniors, so this is it.
We've all been playing together since middle school or earlier, so it's kind of like this is the last chance that we have to play together. We might as well go as far as we can, you know, like put everything we have into it. We've all been friends for so long, it's just kind of we all have each other's backs. It's crazy, there's definitely like a lot of adrenaline with it, but it's exciting at the same time. Like this is it, this is where we have to shine.
Year didn't start out so hot. Things weren't meshing with the new coach. Some early season losses. The team just wasn't playing well.
It was very frustrating, but I think now everyone has the energy to just put it behind us and just keep going.
The coach resigns. Good old Jim Kalbflesh takes the reins. Jim is the boys' coach, so he's pulling double duty. But something happened. Instead of the season turning to disaster, the Chiefs circled the wagons. But let's face it, to truly take the next step as a program, it helps when you've got a go-to game changer. And they do. 6'1" senior Kiara Cudry.
She just gets this look where, you know, I'm ready and just let me have the ball and then you'll know. Give it to her because she'll make it.
Class B All-Stater for 2 straight years. This season, Kiara is averaging 21 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Recently signed to play at Gonzaga, admittedly in the early going this season, she felt the pressure of the spotlight.
This year it's been a lot harder because everybody in the crowd is like, who's Kiara Cudry? Like, she's going to Gonzaga, so I had like a lot of eyes on me. The coaches expect a lot from me, my teammates. So it was hard in the beginning. I put a lot on me. I probably shouldn't put as much as I do because sometimes my performance shows it. So I just need to relax and play how I always do.
Kiara is such a team player that it's kind of just like we all have the same chemistry and we're all meshing together. We've never really had the problem where it's like her and then us. Like it's just been the whole team.
On Thursday, the Chiefs beat Airport 37-25 and they have won 2 straight. If they do make a run, remember, you heard it here first.
We're growing, definitely. I think that we are going to grow a lot more. We definitely have a good chance to make it to the state championship game, I believe.
All right, moving on now. In the great tradition of Mr. Football, it's time to begin a new race. The State Champs Suburban Collection High School Hockey Player of the Year competition. Just like Mr. Football, we want you, the high school hockey fans, to help us decide who is the #1 hockey player in the state. Go to our website, statechamps.tv. The online vote is live right now. At the end of the season, the leading vote getter will get an automatic berth into the Frozen Four. Now, there's no doubt that guys will be added and fall off the campaign as we see fit. However, the leading vote getter can never be removed. All right, you ready? Here are the first top 10 candidates. We begin the list with Levi Ericla, a junior out of Calumet High School. Calumet is #1 in the state. Levi is the team leading scorer with 8 goals and 13 assists. Next is Brett White from the west side of the state at East Kentwood High School. White is a returning Division I All-State forward from a season ago. We now go to Scott Cuthrell, senior forward out of Waterford Mott High School. Scott is leading the Kensington Lakes Athletic Association Conference in scoring, 24 goals and 15 assists. Our first defenseman to make the list is Cameron Heath from the number 1 ranked team in Division III, Cranbrook. Heath is a senior who has 4 goals and 7 assists. James Nahikin, senior from Troy High School. James, coming to high school hockey after playing in the juniors, leads the OAA conference with 23 goals on the season. Next to AJ Bradley, senior forward from Northville. Bradley returned to action last week after a concussion to score the game winner versus Livonia Stevenson. He's got 10 goals and 7 assists. Another defenseman making the list is Nolan Glukowski, representing Detroit Catholic Central. A returning 2-time Division I All-Stater, Nolan has 3 goals and 7 assists on the year. Staying in the Catholic League, Mackenzie McEachern out of Birmingham, Brother Rice. Already committed to Michigan State, McEachern leads the MIHL in scoring, 12 goals, 13 assists for the second-ranked team in Division II. We head downriver, and Tyler Grote out of Wyandotte Roosevelt High School. Grote had 42 goals in 2011 as Wyandotte captured the Division II hockey title against Brother Rice. Grote has 10 goals and 7 assists this season. And finally, our only goaltender to make the list, Blake Watala from Trenton. Blake was the netminder for the Trojans in 2010 when they won their 3rd straight Division II state crown. Blake is off to a good 10-2 record this season with a 1.75 goals against average. Good luck to all the candidates. To vote for your favorite, go to statechamps.tv/hockey. Vote as many times as you want with a valid email address, and you must verify the email before your vote can count. Winner of the High School Hockey Player of the Year will be announced at the end of the hockey season. Good luck to all the candidates.
Follow us on Twitter at StateChampsTV for the latest scoops in high school sports. Now don't go anywhere. State Champs will be right back with more of our Metro PCS high school highlights.
Lauren Plant here at the Metro PCS store in Westland to introduce you to the latest and greatest phone you need to get. The lovely Jackie is holding the LG Esteem. This bad boy is 4G enabled on the Android platform, touchscreen, Gorilla Glass, 5-megapixel camera, HD face-to-face video chat. You know you want it. Just $299 after rebate. Pick up the LG Esteem here on Warren Road near the Westland Mall or at any 15 Michigan Metro PCS locations. Wireless for all, y'all. Looking for all the latest high school hoops and football recruiting news? Join the conversation and tune in to the new State Champs High School Basketball and Recruiting Show every Friday night from 9 to 11 p.m. on 11:30 a.m. WDFN. The Detroit News' Tom Markowski and yours truly, Lauren Plant, will bring you up-to-date scores and stories, including player and coach interviews. Presented by Lawrence Tech University, it's the State Champs High School Basketball and Recruiting Show, Friday nights from 9 to 11 p.m. on WDFN, The Fan.
Welcome back to State Champs. Now let's get into girls basketball in our Metro PCS high school highlights. Couple of state powers going at it, one from Class B, one from Class C. Detroit Country Day taking on University Liggett.
State quarterfinalists a season ago, Detroit Country Day coming in at 6-1, looking to make a statement. They did. We start in the first quarter, off the rebound. Check out the senior Amber Dean. Nice move in the paint to get to the rim. Liggett playing without Michigan recruit Madison Brzostowski, but younger sister Lola picking up the slack. Here the freshman gets it to go, and the follow-through. She had 17, Knights down 8 after the first. 4-1 Liggett, ranked 9th in the latest Class C AP poll, trying to hang in there in the first half. This is Lola's older sibling, Haley, the junior, dribbling through the defenders with success. But Country Day, ranked 23rd in the nation according to Max Preps, would outscore Liggett 19-11 in the second quarter. This is the senior Chelsea Bridgewater. The swipe and straight to the rack. She had 10. Yellow Jackets up 37-21 at the break. Class C finalist last year, Liggett trying to make a comeback early in the second half. It's Haley, who finished with a game-high 21, driving to the hoop and finishing with her left. But it would be too much DCD. Casey Crockett gets it to the senior and Miss Basketball hopeful Ariel Powers inside. The D1 recruit at 16. Yellow Jackets up 25 after the third. They would maintain that lead in the final quarter. It's Dean getting the rebound, coast to coast for the lay-in. She finished with a team-high 18. This matchup looked better on paper. Detroit Country Day rolls 74-50. The high school highlights are presented by Metro PCS.
Wireless for all!
Get ready for our Suburban Collection main event. Oxford wrestling it out on the mat with Rochester next on State Champs.
We turn our attention now to the latest Suburban Collection pre-owned deal of the week. Want to look good and own one of the finest automobiles in the world? This 2000 Mercedes-Benz E-Class is an 8-cylinder, fuel-injected, all-leather, all-power, all-wheel drive dream machine. Anti-lock brakes, traction control system, hug the winter roads in style and safety. Over 100,000 miles, it is in top condition. Mention State Champs at Suburban Buick Cadillac in Troy. You can drive this beautiful Benz home for just $69.95. Call 248-519-9741 and make the choice. Are you serious about reaching your athletic goals? Then come to the Varsity Shop Training Center. The Varsity Shop Training Center is a premier sports training and instruction facility for athletes of all ages and abilities. Our full-time certified strength and conditioning staff can focus on all aspects of athletic development. Reach your full potential and log on to varsityshoptrainingcenter.com or call 248-874-4920 and ask for the State Champs Varsity Club member discount. Welcome back to State Champs. Suburban Collection main event time on the program in the sport of wrestling. Well, it looks like the defending Division I State Champs Oxford, solid start to the season. Second at the county meet. They have a good dual meet record, and they're ranked third in the state. Sitting with them atop the OAA Red, the Rochester Falcons, 7th ranked in the state. They were third at the county meet, and this clash was a battle for mid-season bragging rights.
We earned the bullseye on our back. They won. They won. Okay? 6 minutes, first whistle to last whistle. You push them around to show why you're the champ.
The dust now settled on their magical run to last year's state title. Oxford now tasked with the momentous challenge of proving they can do it again, despite losing half of their starters to graduation. We begin this tussle in the 112-pound weight class. The Wildcats' Daniel Curtis in blue and gold taking on Seth Birchmeyer. Curtis won this match on a technical fall. At 119, ranked second in the state in this weight class in Division I, Josh Wood matched up with Edwin Schlinkmeyer. Josh laying the wood and the match. Both teams traded wins over the course of the next 2 matches. Falcon Jr. Kalen Richards is number 1 in the state at 135. 15 seconds is all he would need to dispose of John Brish. We move to 145 now. Very good battle here between Oxford's Rocco Borg and Rochester's Aaron Morgan. Borg has bulked up considerably since finishing third in the state at 119 last year. Victorious here. Next to 152, the Falcons' Shane Shadea in complete control of Wesley Maskill. No pin here, but Shane would later win. 160 now. Martin Gionala versus Darren Washington. Marty dominating and the slap of the mat. That win would put Oxford in the lead. 215. The Cats boast our recent Mr. Football winner, Prescott Line. Line, also the defending individual state champ in this weight class, currently ranked number 1 at 215 across all divisions. This is why. Just 21 seconds to finish off Luke Haynes. Wildcats once again back on top. Now, the Falcons have not defeated an Oxford wrestling team in any format since the 1990s. They needed a pin to clinch it. Last match of the night, 103-pounders, Colin Campbell versus Justin Kim. Wouldn't you know it? Kim gets the pin. The Falcons win 5 of the last 7 matches to beat the defending state champs.
The Suburban Collection primetime performer tonight is Justin Kim. How does it feel to get the last deciding pin?
It feels great. We definitely deserved it. We've been working hard the whole season, and we just deserved it.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. Thank you.
The main event is powered by the Suburban Collection. Make the choice. All right, so the Falcons flying high. Big win for Rochester, and they were even without one of their top guns wrestling, so very impressive. Well, one guy that we always need, that we can't live without, is the Detroit News' Tom Markowski. We love his insights. How are you today?
Very good today.
Okay, well, let's get into this. Last week, University of Liggett girls basketball head coach Wayne Gigante, he resigned. And this is a guy who had a 51-6 record in his term. He had a team that was built to win the Class C state finals this year. They went to the finals last year, and he did it because of extreme parental interference. Unfortunately, I think this is a scenario that's played out far too often.
Well, I've seen this for about 20 years or so, and I think it's getting worse as time goes on. With the parents involved so much in their children's lives, they think that they should be even more involved in helping the coach that they trust coach the girls in this case and coach the players throughout the game. This is not good for high school sports, and I don't think it's good at any level. Those parents should trust that coach every day in practice at the games. You know, I've seen this in the past where, you know, parents are yelling at the referees, yelling at the players, yelling at the coaches to do their job. Let them do their job. If they make a mistake, so be it. The officials make mistakes. The kids are going to make mistakes. Coaches make mistakes too. Let them coach their kids the way they ought to be coached. I really don't understand it. You wonder why the parents send their kids to a certain school if they don't trust those coaches. You know, it really baffles me.
It really is. And, you know, we're going to get more into this in our online conversation. We call it the OT with Markowski. We load it up at our website, statechamps.tv. We got a lot of other things to talk about, like?
Well, there's another coaching situation in Macomb County that's in jeopardy, too, we'll hit upon. Also talked about the Martin Luther King tournaments this weekend. And also my blue chip list is coming out Monday, and we'll talk more about that, too, online.
All right. It's real easy to check that out. Once again, go to the website, statechamps.tv. We also load it up on the Facebook page. Hey, we want to send a big thank yous out to everyone who sent nominations for our new high school Hockey Player of the Year. We appreciate that. We even used a few. And, of course, we also love hearing from you guys, letting us know about games that we need to cover, stories we should cover. You can always do that by sending us an email to idea@statechamps.tv. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you next week right here on State Champs. State Champs is brought to you by Lawrence Technological University, where possible is everything. The Varsity Shop Training Center, Oakland County's premier sports training and instructional facility. The Suburban Collection, make the choice. And Metro PCS, wireless for all.